happy Motivation Monday. Summer has officially started. Hopefully you guys are in your board shorts and tank tops, getting ready to go to the beach. So hopefully it's warm for all you guys too. I was in Chicago last week and it was still raining right before summer started, so that's never any fun. So this week, guys, we're going to start with a quote here. I love this so much. Perseverance is failing 19 times and succeeding the 20th. And that just goes so well with what we're going to go over today, guys. So many salespeople often are giving up way too early in the sales process. And the great thing is that's making some of the rest of us benefit abundantly. So we want to make sure that everybody's kind of got even playing field here. And then it's just who wants to put in the work. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started for you guys this Monday. So again, happy Motivation Monday here. So this week we are going to cover the tips of the week, the sales shout outs, and then call progression, guys, how to go through your calls, how many times you should be contacting people, what type of contacts we should make, everything like that. I also have one of my really good friends I'd like to present. Mr. Dan Giancola has joined us for this meeting, so he's going to go over some more tips of the week for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me today. So as far as goes for tip of the week, if you guys have been looking through your email that we sent out here at AHCP, we went through the new next gen leads. So it's a new lead platform kind of out there for you, not exactly new, but something we've been using, but we want to kind of get using it a little bit more. So they're throwing out a little bit incentive for us, and one thing you know, and Nick, I know you know this about me, is I love incentives and I love free money, right?
Amen.
Let's just be honest about it. So I've been getting pretty big into Medicare this year, and I know one of the things I've always been struggling with is Medicare and Medicare leads. Well, this is one of the ways I've actually solved that problem for me. So one of the things they're going to do is they're actually matching 50% of our lead bonus on our initial deposit. So if you have not set this up, absolutely do that. Now, I was a little confused, right? But they did offer to have a webinar for us. It is on Thursday, June 27th at 11 a.m. Eastern. So
that is this Thursday.
It is. But those poor Pacific people, man, at 8 a.m., that's going to be a rough one. Now, just to give you an idea of how some of those things are going to be working, here are some of the lead prices. And guys, look at this. It is a Medicare lead on there. So we can actually go and finally get those really good qualified Medicare leads. Precision targeting with real-time delivery. So this will be a good one for, just kind of add your portfolio there of leads, because I know one of the things I always look for is new and innovative different leads. So this webinar will be posted at ahcpsales.com. Click on the training tab. You will have the calendar pop up. Click on that calendar. Also, in addition, I was plugging Medicare there a little bit, but we have some Medicare trainers who are going to be rolling out in about 2 Thursdays. They're getting us the link for it today. Just some additional Medicare training for us. They are doing a Medicare 101 series. Their first one I'm excited for, which is kind of a little bit of why sell Medicare. And if you don't think it's a good fit, they're going to teach you what you can sell without actually having to be Medicare certified.
It's awesome. They're really putting together a cool package for us, and a lot of different trainings are kind of scheduled for that. So you guys that have been wanting to get in the Medicare space, this is the time to do it. We got the leads coming, we got training coming. Jump in, get your feet wet. It's summer, just jump right in, guys.
We have the carriers for you. We have every carrier you could absolutely want. We'll also be emailing out just a little bit of information about any regional trainings that are going on. If you haven't done Medicare before, some stuff is specifically regional, some stuff is national. We have some people who are helping us gather all those resources for you. So I think it's going to be our big year for Medicare.
I think so too. Cool. So our sales leaders and kudos this week, guys. We put week of 24, but this is last week's sales. Short term is big on United and National General as usual. Great job there.
Quick thing about the Nat and short term. So rumor has it they're coming out with a new short term in a few weeks.
I've heard that. I think in August, right? I think is that what we're tossing around is August. So there's a great new short term coming from NatGen. We will shamelessly plug it, but be looking out for that. It's pretty exciting. We've already gotten to take a look at it. Me and Dan are both really excited to be able to roll that out to you guys. So look out for more information on that. That'll be coming shortly. Foundation Health continues to be one of the big limited meds for us. So great job there, guys. Plan Enhancer, of course, for accident, that stays strong for us there. We got critical illness coming in. We got NatGen and United. You guys saw both of them perfect. And then Dental Emeritus keeps climbing the ranks for us. Great job, guys. Emeritus has a really strong product, right? The dental and vision. They even have one with hearing thrown in on it. So great stuff, guys. Continue that work. Continue selling. And then congrats, our big short-term sellers of the week, William Kelly, Kimberly, and Katia Santa Maria. Thank you, guys. You guys are doing a great job on short-term. Keep up the good work. For limited med, we have Jacob Gordon and Victor Kravchinsky. So great job there. And then accident, Cody coming in again, and as well, Kimberly. Great job, guys, this week. Keep up the good work. Want to see some new names on this list. Now we're going to bounce through the progression of a sale, guys, and we're going to give you a lot of tips here on how you should be doing your business flow, but also we want to give you an understanding of how the averages work in the industry so that you can really gear your business against your competition, right? So this first slide is the progression of a sale, right? The first contact made on a prospecting lead, about 43% of salespeople have already given up after that point, okay?
Interesting fact about the first contact though, only 2% of sales actually close on the first call. So knowing that only 43% of people have given up on the first contact, oh, that's a beautiful area.
Yeah. As you get further, I mean, look, just look on the third contact, guys. 80% of your competition out there has given up on the third contact, okay? That's huge, guys. And this is what we want to, as you saw with the perseverance quote in the beginning, we just kind of want to drill it in that you guys really, if you're that salesperson that's taking that extra time, doing the extra initiative, look at that. Number 4, low-hanging fruit is harvest here. This is really where you start to reap and sow those benefits, okay? So you're getting to know the prospect and the leads on 5. Guys, by the end of this thing, if you're that person hanging out in that 4 to 7 contact range, you're going to see your numbers shoot up. I'm sure some of you probably are that 1 to 3 range right now, right? And if you're not seeing your numbers really kind of showing that, make sure that you're putting that little extra time in, that little extra effort. It goes a long way, guys.
So there was a Harvard study done saying that it takes on average 8 contacts to actually make a customer. Interesting enough, one of the things I've noticed throughout all my years, it actually takes usually between 8 up to 11 contacts. And what we mean by contacts isn't always just dialing, right? It could be things such as texting. Think about how much the industry has evolved, even in the last 5 years. The way we go through and contact people has been drastically different. Now, the reason why we wanted to talk about progression of the sale to you is just because of the time of year. Traditionally, we like to, and I am as guilty as everybody here, kind of relax a little bit in July, right? I mean, I've worked so hard this whole year.
And it's about to get crazier.
It is about to get crazier. And so one of the things that we wanted to talk about is how can we keep ourselves consistent? So progression of a sale. It's something very near and very dear to our hearts. That being said, when we take a look at a sales funnel, you've heard, I know myself in particular, talk a lot about how sales is a funnel. And the parts that we can control, well, first off, 100% for new. Your leads, every time, we're gonna call them every time, but out of those leads, it's only 82% can actually be contacted. Now that part of the funnel is the part that we can control. Out of those 82%, 60% we set meetings with, about half of those we've actually met, 38% sure they're committed to buying, but out of that, only 18% actually close. Now, being in sales training now for quite some time, one of the things I always get is I want to learn how to overcome objections. I want to have that biggest hammer. I want to beat somebody up. So we spend so much time focusing on, just the more small parts of the funnel when really our area for opportunity is going to be the large part of the funnel. So kind of where we usually focus. It is kind of interesting because I talk to a lot of new people in the industry and I absolutely love it, but they say I feel like I'm getting beat up by these leads over and over because I'm calling them and I'm not getting a hold of anybody. And I'd love to pull up the call log because I'm analytical if you couldn't tell, but if I only see them contacting 4 times, again, it's going to take up to 8.
Guys, this is just a little graph that we made, but as you can see with that yellow line, all right, this is the probability of making contact by the number of attempts that you make on that to reach that lead, right? So you see, it's really about 50% contact when you start trying to make dials on your leads, okay? But do you see that number? That graph just shoots up there. Right after that third contact, third and on, right? One thing that you're doing that a lot of people aren't aware of, when you're making these calls, you are building trust with this customer. When you're leaving this customer a voicemail and saying, hey, tried you here, you know what, I'm gonna try tomorrow afternoon. And you call tomorrow afternoon, leave another voicemail saying, hey, told you yesterday I called it, I'm just following up. As you guys are doing this, you're not talking to this customer, but you are actually building trust with this client and you don't even know it. Sooner or later, that's why they start answering as you go on, right? So don't be that guy giving up 2 or 3 phone calls in. I know it's hard. I know you're just over and over repetition of calling, but guys, the numbers speak for themselves, right? Now, if you see the odds of the call being made, that's you guys, right? That's our industry. You know, that first time when the lead comes in, shoot, I might even put that bar close to 100%, right? Probably 95% of leads that you look at, you're making a call on. You know, there's very few that you're kind of dismissing ahead of time. But as we go, oftentimes we're not making those calls. We're talking ourselves out of it, right? So don't talk yourself out of a sale, guys. Make sure that you're doing your job through and through. You got it.
So 50% of leads, they are actually not ready to buy. That's the fun part about this time of year. People come in and, you know, they say, I'm shopping, and I'm just as guilty as the next person. I'll say, you know what, I will talk to you when you're ready to buy. Some of those get lost. So this is a good time of year for us to do some dial-ups. Again, 50% of the sales happen after the 5th touch. So let's actually get through the touch progression that we recommend. We talked a lot about the why, but let's actually talk about the how. So day 1, so this is going to be a 14-day call theory. Let's put it like that. Day 1, one of the first things to do, and we actually learned this good one from Nick, is day 1, we dial the lead right away. But what happens when they don't contact?
It's a great question. So this is a fun trick, guys. It's called a double dial, right? Now, the double dial, what is that, right? How many of you guys have kids, right? And your phone rings and it's a number you don't know. If that number calls you right back, what are the odds you answer, right? Oh, something's wrong with my kid. Something, right? It's a double dial. It's a really good trick, guys. And the first attempt on a customer, it actually has really good success rate of making contact. So try it if you're not aware of it. Double dial, it's huge. One thing that I'll preface that with, guys, do not do the double dial on every call. This is strictly for your first contact on a lead. You become a creeper if this becomes what you do every single day. You don't want to be that creeper salesman, okay? So just use it as a trick the first time to make contact. From there, be respectful, because again, we're building that client's trust. So day 1, we always do a phone call. I love hitting the double dial on that, okay? If we are unable to reach them on that second dial, at that point, I'm leaving them a voicemail. This next part is huge, guys. It's either text or email. I personally love text. We are in a texting generation now, and most people, they're probably scared to talk to a salesperson over the phone. But do you know how easy it is for them to reply to a text message? So try that, guys. Get some way of contacting them. Let them know you're a real human on the other end of this phone. I'm texting you, right? So try that, and then try one more dial that night, okay? You don't want to bug the crud out of them, but at the same time, you want to be consistent and make sure that they know that you're there, okay? Day 2, a little more simplified. We're going to call one time, not a double dial, leave a voicemail, and then try again later that evening. The reason, guys, we don't know and we can't assume somebody's work schedule, right? You don't know, does this person work nights and evenings? Do they work mornings? So you do want to try at 2 different points of the day in hopes that you touch them. This second voicemail, again, will go to building trust. Let them know. Now on day 3, you also plan to call them again. You tried in the morning and the evening. Maybe you're going to try in the afternoon this time to see if you can hit them on lunch. Let them know on that voicemail, and you give them a call. This third time, I wouldn't leave a voicemail. I don't think it's necessary. You don't want to blow up their inbox. So here's where I would follow through with another email or another text, right? At this point, you're going to let them know, hey, giving you a call the last couple of days here. I saw that you were looking for health insurance. Just checking to make sure that's still something that you need. If so, let me know. I'm here to help you. If not, let me know so I don't keep blowing up your phone and we don't waste each other's time here, right? So go for that no right away, go for that yes right away, right? You don't want to go through 14 calls on a person if they knew day 2 they weren't buying from you, right? So go for both of those, guys. Day 3, we go to day 5 now. We're going to give them a breather finally. Okay, guys? We have built trust. We've been consistent days 1 through 3. Now day 4, we're going to give them a breather. Day 5, just another quick call and voicemail. Again, just following up, doing what you said you were going to do. Day 8, simple again, another call, and now a text message or an email to them. Guys, if you see here, we've just spanned it a full week, right? So we called Monday as day 1, and let's even say Monday's day 8, right? So you can see where this can work really easy in your schedule as well. You're not calling over the week. Well, maybe you should though. Maybe you should try over a weekend, see if they're not answering during the week. But you can see how this would be a really easy schedule to build and work around, right? After day 8, in between day 8 and 14, guys, we are giving them a little bit of a breather here, but you do want to build that consistency. Depending on your business, you may send a quick text message or an email somewhere in between there, but at the same time, we want to be respectful of the customer, right? We don't want to be that pest, but you do want to continue to let them know that you're here still to help them if they need. Day 14, the last voicemail on day 14 is going to be called our breakup email, okay? That's just letting them know, guys, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I'm so sorry I've missed you over these last couple weeks here. I've been trying to get a hold of you for your health insurance. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you probably found what you were looking for. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop calling. But here's my information. Heaven forbid something comes up or you just need to talk. I am here to help you. But from this point forward, I'm going to stop calling because I'm going to assume that you've got what you need, right? Guys, the breakup call is huge too. You've been building trust every phone call along this way. And what's funny is now day 14, when you actually tell the customer, I'm not going to call you anymore, and you don't call them anymore, that customer trusts the heck out of you now, right? If they didn't get their insurance needs met, maybe too many people were calling them and blowing them up that they took a step back, right? They're going to remember that you were the broker that every time you contacted them, you followed up exactly how you said you were going to follow up, okay? Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people leave a voicemail, hey, I'm going to call you tomorrow, and they never do, okay? And then from day 14 on, guys, this would kind of get thrown into your mailer system, right? Whether you're sending autoresponders through email or through text, this would kind of be your, with your clients that you weren't able to close, but maybe your monthly follow-up, right? Just touch them once a month, hey, just still following up, and they kind of get thrown into that stack for you. It's because if you're following this, a lot of brokers are not doing this stuff. This is huge, 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 huge way to separate yourself from the pack. And again, build that trust with your clients, okay? All right, guys, well, that's it for the tips of the week. If you have any questions, go ahead and email training@ahcpsales.com. You can also call agency services at 877-228-8773. This is Nick Murillo with Dan Giancola out here in Florida. We just want to say thanks for attending, guys, and happy Motivation Monday.